Good? All right, so we're going to do seated guard this week, seated guard passing next week. Seated guard is the type of open guard you see a lot of people do, both in the gym environment and in the competition environment. It's an option for a lot of people who like to be on bottom, like to play their guard, right? So they'll be in this position a lot, coming after you, butt scooting after you, right? It's a whole thing. You'll see it in competition, right? So, just be ready for it, okay? We're gonna go over some of the basic things to try from seated guard. Understand that seated guard is an entry path to all the guards, right? You could pull them into closed guard. You could swing into single leg X. You could pull them into butterfly, transition to this stuff, okay? Right now we're just gonna work on like attacks that you could use from seated guard to basically end up on top, okay? But all those other entries that we've been learning this entire time, all the other guards, still an option too, okay? So one of the simplest things you can do from seated guard is a collar drag. And it's the same mechanics of the collar drag that we learned basically with our takedown. You're just doing it from a seated guard position, okay? So I can do it either with him on his knees or him standing. The move's basically the same, which is why it's such a great move, okay? So for me, stand up, we'll do it standing first. For me, when I'm hitting this, I try to look for him to give me the opening. And the opening is gonna be basically when he splits my legs with his front leg. So let's say he has this leg, that right there, right? I can make it happen if I'm here, okay? By getting the collar grip, posting my hand, and scooting to the outside. But if he does it for me, if he steps his feet between my feet, that's just one less step for me, right? I'm gonna reach up, I'm gonna get the cross collar grip, okay? This foot, I'm either gonna have between his feet, or I'm gonna, just like with our collar drag takedown, I'm gonna try to reach out and touch that far foot or block that far foot so that when I yank him down, he can't step forward with that foot to catch himself, okay? And with this hand, I'm just gonna post it and move myself out of the way, okay? So it's gonna look like this. We're coming here, he steps between my feet, I get the collar grip, I come out, okay? He'll either fall like that, which is cool, in which case I just rock up and I cover, or he'll post, he'll plant home. He comes down in that turtle position. This should be very familiar from when we were doing our collar drag takedowns, in which case, again, I rock forward and I chase his back. Or if he's got good reflexes, he'll put this leg out, right, and start trying to turn into me, in which case, bring it back. I come up, head into the ribs, and I start running my single leg takedown. Okay, those are the three things that could possibly happen. He's got to go ass over elbows, end up on his side, in which case I just cover him, get into side control, or he'll end up in the turtle, in which case I reach around to the far hip and I come to his back, or he'll try to put that leg out to block his back and try to turn into me, in which case you turn it into a single leg, okay? So again, we're here. Now one thing, he's down in this position. I don't want to get this grip and hang out because he could flying triangle me from here, right? Or arm bar me, right? I'm giving him access to my arm. So you want to kind of make it a very short transition, right? He comes in, I go boom here, boom, pull him over, cover, okay? And I'm not pulling him on top of him, okay? A lot of people, when they first try this, they go, ugh, why didn't it work, coach? Why didn't it work, okay? Just like with our collar drag as a takedown, you're snapping him past you, okay? You're putting your weight on the collar so he can't turn back into you. We can do the same move from on the ground. So let's say he's in his combat base, right? Or he's on his knees. Either way, let's put the other leg forward. So we're here, same thing, okay? As soon as he comes in and he steps there, I'm going here. I'm trying to block his far knee. Right up to there, okay? And then we're coming up to his back. I do this all the time. It's just a very quick, easy, low risk move, right? If he's got both knees on the ground, that's fine too. We're here, same thing. I'm blocking that knee. I'm butt scooting out that way. Back, okay? So you're yanking him past you, you're blocking the far knee, planting this hand and moving your butt out of the way, okay? It's pretty simple but very effective.
Is the weight of power generated from the butt scoot?
Both, yeah. You're getting yourself out of the way with the butt scoot and you're yanking him past you with your arm, not into you. Like, ole, right? You're pulling him past. And just because you're the one initiating the move, you should just be a half beat quicker than him as far as getting to a better position. Okay.
The block is really important too. That's why it's like knocking me off for all of them. Like he flattens me out. He's able to stop my leg movement and stuff. So not just that pull, but like the block also.
Yeah. And you'll get 65, 70% of the way there even without that block and turn into a scramble and maybe you win the scramble. But if you hit that block, your odds of getting into a better position go up to like 85%.
If you can't get that outside leg, we go for it. If you can't get all the way to
out
Yeah.
the leg, he's going to try to, you mentioned something at the beginning of that, like you can't get to it.
Yeah, so you can still do the move, that's what I was saying. So even if he's standing or if he's on his knees, what have you, just like with the collar drag takedown, if I can't get all the way to here, if I can just get my leg between his legs, I'll still get like 65% of the way there, right? He'll still end up here, okay, in which case I can still come up on my single leg, yeah? But him going kind of ass over elbows and ending up on his side, much less chance of that happening, almost zero chance if I don't block that far leg, okay? So again, it just goes, it increases it from like a 60% move to 80%.
Anything we need to look out for if you like fall on the knee?
If he falls on our knee,
Yeah.
this shouldn't happen because of where you're pulling him. But
You should be turned out too. So if you're like this, that's already a problem. So if you're turned down and he falls on your knee, there's not going to be a lot of like hyperextension.
So the block is like this, not like this.
yeah, it's like this. All right. It's gonna be like this.
If you do this, you're going to break your foot.
Yeah.
It's going to roll right over your foot.
So foot to the side. That's a good question. All right. And here. He's gonna go by you, and you should end up kind of in this S mount, so that when you rock forward, it's transition. Okay. Makes sense. All right. Let's partner up. Do it 5 on the knees and 5 standing. 5 times each. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.